Hi, I'm Mack, and I'm on a mission to see the hurting get healed and the healed go out and heal others, in order for all of us to experience the true love and light we desire. This podcast is me sharing my journey with you, so you don't feel alone in your journey. Welcome to the Golden Rule Revolution. Hello, brothers and sisters, and welcome back to another episode of the Golden Rule Revolution. I am Mack. Thank you for joining. Today, the heavyweight champion himself, David Nino Rodriguez, is back for another episode. I love this guy. His heart is such a pure and gentle heart, even though he's an absolute savage warrior. And I think this comes across someone that cares so much for others and cares so much for freedom and waking people up. The frustration can come out, the anger can come out, but deep down, David Rodriguez is a beautiful soul. I mean, even on the surface, you can tell, but just get ready for this episode. He is, he's passionate, and you'll hear about it. He also, you follow him. I'm sure a lot of you, if not all of you, do follow him, but if you don't yet, he has two accounts on Instagram, David Nino Rodriguez and then Nino's Truth. And then he's on YouTube. And then he also has his own site, which I pay for, which my first interview with him is on there. It's called ninoscorner.tv. So you can subscribe to his content because he gets censored a lot. My first episode with him on YouTube got pulled down right away. So, again, this might get pulled down. Who knows? But the truth has to get out, and people need to hear, people on the left in the echo chamber, the information echo chamber, have to hear the voice of us who are standing for freedom, because what is coming, whatever it is, I know that many are not prepared for it, but the warriors, those who are willing to stand for freedom, no matter what, we're ready and we're willing. And my question to you is, where are you at? Don't be afraid to die. Be afraid not to live. Stand for truth. Stand for love. Stand for justice and freedom for all. That's what this is about. So everyone, I bring you my brother, David Nino Rodriguez, for part 2, our second interview. Here we go. Well, my big brother, David, that's what I refer to you as, my big brother. How are you, man?
I'm good as I can be.
Yeah. Well,
with what's going on.
The world is nuts. I'm really excited to have you back on because courage.
I don't look at it as courage, man. I look at it as, just kind of like I'm being Captain Obvious. I'm just letting people see it for what it is. I'm like, I mean, here you go.
Yeah.
Black and white right here, folks. And it's just like, I don't know why more people are not doing this.
Dude,
they're tiptoeing around things. They don't want to say anything because it might hurt someone's feelings. So they tiptoe around it, and you don't ever get the direct punch. You don't get it. You don't get the meat and potatoes. You know what I mean? I deliver the meat and potatoes.
Right. Well, you got that nice KO punch. I'll tell you that.
Well, I don't know any other way but to knock somebody. I swear, dude. That's just, I go in. Let's do it.
Yeah. It's brother. I'm so excited. First of all, your and I's video, I've been shadow banned a long time on YouTube, but your and I's video, the first time we recorded, was shooting through the roof. It had 900 likes within it probably would have been tens of thousands of views.
They took it down or what?
Took it down within like 45 minutes, said it went against the World Health Organization's
the New World Order.
The New World Order, the Nazi World Order, which is really what we're dealing with. And I heard someone say the Germans lost World War II. The Nazis won World War II.
Right. They integrated over here. They integrated into our system.
Exactly.
And, with Project Paperclip, that's a known fact. And the Bush family was involved.
Right. And here's a wild thing, that Nixon was the legal head under Eisenhower of Operation Paperclip. But then when Nixon got cut out of the intel, that's when he started his own intel, but they didn't like that. That's what he was doing in Watergate. He had his own intel agency working against the CIA.
Wow. I didn't know that.
And then Nixon, after he was out, met with Trump and downloaded to Trump everything. And that's why Trump had a letter from Nixon's wife on his desk behind him that said, "Someday you'll make a great president."
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. This
plan's been going on a long time.
So Nixon has always been put under a negative connotation type of thing. He's always had a negative light on him. And then, of course, that's what the media does.
Exactly.
So that's interesting. That's really interesting. I didn't know any of that.
And he did take us off the gold. Who knows, like, are good players good or are they bad? I mean, he did take us off the gold standard, but was he forced to? After Reagan was shot, Bush HW was basically the acting
That's the president. Dangerous one right there. That's exactly the most dangerous evil pig there is that guy.
Man. And then we have W calling Americans.
Yeah.
Terrorists.
Jihadists.
Yeah, jihadists, right.
Can you believe that guy was president? And look what he's saying. Shows you that's as plain as day now, folks.
Right.
What we're looking at here, they're all in bed together. They're all the same. They're all a lot of conservatives. Oh, I can't believe it. You better believe it. Right. You better believe this.
Well,
they're all demons.
Yeah. It shows you how powerful the media is, because remember when Bush was president, the media, the left hated him. Everyone loved Gore, but now the media can mind control the populace, where now they think George W. Bush is the greatest person ever.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Exactly.
How did that happen? But I mean, they're all together. They're all on the same team. It's like Jesse Ventura said. It's like the WWE. All behind closed doors. They're all shaking hands, patting each other's asses. And then they get out there and they do their little script. And the public sees it for what that is. And then they go behind closed doors again and they shake hands again. And it's all, that's how it is. That's how our country's set up. That's what we have been infiltrated by scum.
Right.
And this is what's going on. I mean, it's just is what it is. And people need to awaken to that.
Right.
They even hijacked the awakened, Great Awakening. They call it the woke movement.
Right.
That shit was deliberate.
Hmm.
So, it's just kind of funny, man. Like the way I see all this happening and transpiring, I still have a lot of faith. I have my good days and bad days, but for the most part, I have faith in America, man. I don't see humans going down this road, but everything's free will.
Yep, everything.
So some people are awake, but they're still going to do it. They're still getting the vaccines. They're still wearing the masks. It's like, why? If you're awake, why are you doing this?
Right. I have to tell you a couple stories about the mask thing. So I got called in for jury duty, and they had everyone on Zoom for the pool of jurors before they get selected. And the judge, the defendant, the defense attorney, the prosecuting attorney are all on Zoom as well, with 35 of us potential jurors. And everyone in the courtroom isn't wearing a mask. And I'm like, give me a break. So the judge says, if you're selected for jury duty, you have to wear a mask. Does anyone have a problem with that? And I'm thinking, there's 35 people, big men. I could tell that they're big guys. They just look like big Carhartt wearing. No one raised their hand. I'm the only one that raised my hand. And the judge goes, what problem do you have wearing a mask? I said, I don't believe in them. I've never worn one, and I will not wear one. And it was like I kicked him in his nuts. He goes,
wow.
He jolted on camera, and then he he stared me down, and he goes, what if I order you to?
Fuck him. You can't do that.
I know what I said to him. It was intent. It was one of those stare down. And I'm like, well, I'm not trying to stare a judge down. Like,
that's crazy.
I'm looking at him in this office on the same view. And I break.
And this is a Zoom call, and they want you to be wearing a mask during the Zoom?
No, when they come into the courtroom.
Oh, okay.
If I got selected.
Okay.
But still, no.
No, I don't wear it either.
Exactly.
I don't wear them anywhere.
So I broke eye contact just to break because it was getting intense. Like, he was embarrassed, and I was standing my ground. And I looked back at him. I said, I don't want to break the law, but I won't wear one because I know it's not a law. and he knows.
Right.
And he goes, all right, I'll make note of that, kind of intimidating me. And then I was one of the last to get released. But that was an intense moment. I go into grocery stores all the time. Trader Joe's hounded me the other day. The store manager from like 20 feet away, instead of coming up being a kind person,
yeah,
just, hey, sir, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I know he yells it at you.
Yeah, yelled it at me. And so we made a huge scene. And I didn't even answer him. He goes, sorry, that energy.
Yeah.
Like we experience it.
And it happens to me. I just tell people go fuck themselves. I'm like, and they're like, what? I just go right to that. I don't give excuses or why. I go, hey, you go fuck yourself. And they're like, okay, this big guy's crazy.
Yeah.
And then they just kind of like go tell their friends, and they're all like looking at me like, what do we do? Like they're in the zoo and there's a lion and they don't know if they should tranquilize it or not. It's like that's what it like feels like is going on, and I'm just like smiling at him like, hey, you heard what I said. Because if you have the balls to come up and tell me what I should do with my body and my health, you're gonna get a big nice fuck you.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. I don't care. To me they're demons. It's like I'm just telling a demon to go fuck themselves. That's all I'm doing. Yeah. That's a demon.
Yeah.
A demon. And I'm telling the demon to go fuck themselves.
Everyone, if you have not had the pleasure of following David's YouTube lives, man, or subscribing to Nino's Corner, this, brother, you just make me laugh. And you know what I gave the guy? The guy had that, these demons come with this frantic energy. It's kinetic. Yeah. It's just like, so I stood there and I looked at this manager, and by this time, everyone's looking. I mean, he's 20 feet away from me, so he's yelling. And I gave him a dad. I just shook my head at him. I didn't even respond. He goes,
make the sign of the cross. Show him a cross, dude. Show him a cross.
Exactly. He'll melt right away. And then I just walked away and I kept shopping. And it was like, okay.
They can't do anything. What do they do? Call the cops, and then the only thing the cops can do is just ask you to leave.
Exactly.
They can't arrest you. That's not a law. They can ask. So I'm prepared for a cop to come and be like, oh, okay, we got to escort you out of here. And then I just continue, okay, cool, get my shit. And I go, you sure I can't pay for this? Do you guys not want to make money?
Exactly. Man, it's crazy. And that's why I was saying courage, because I see these videos, like even everyone in the store that I just experienced this 2 weeks ago, everyone looks down, everyone looks away. Yeah.
And the morale is broken.
Oh my gosh.
This is an all-time low ever. I don't think Pearl Harbor can match this. I don't think 9/11 can contend with this. This is an all-out assault on not just Americans, but the entire planet. We're all in on it. They're threatening everybody to take this shitball, whatever the hell this is. We know it's bad.
Right. Oh,
guess what else is bad? The COVID tests.
Yep.
Those are bad too. They have nanoparticles on them, and there's videos coming out on this that react to heat and grow like they're intelligent.
Yep.
So
yesterday a buddy sent me a video. He goes, this is my video. This is firsthand. I recorded this. Have you seen the light bulb get turned? Have you seen when the light bulbs go? He goes, I didn't believe it because I saw videos going around. He goes, this is my video. Yep. And the magnet, but the light bulb is turning on, dude. The light bulb.
Too bad the light bulb didn't turn on before.
Yeah, right. Too bad that's an external light
I
bulb.
feel sorry for these people. Yeah. I'm like, in a couple of years, you guys are going to be pleading and asking for help and just suffering because you're going to know the choice you made was devastating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's coming.
Yeah. Texas is, I lived in Texas as a reporter at the Fox affiliate down in San Antonio for a couple of years. I love Texans, but Texas
for the most part.
Yeah. But Texas is struggling. There's some cool things that they're doing, but like El Paso,
they've enforced. Yeah, El Paso's fucking enforcing the masks, but people don't really listen. A lot of people aren't listening. Even New Mexico, not really many people are listening there either. But really, man, it's like the way I see it, you're going to have your counties that are liberal. You're going to have your counties that are conservative. And I think that's how America is going to be changing. The people that have Stockholm syndrome and want to be kept in bondage are going to go to the blue states and live in those counties and live in fear because they are used to that. They love to be scared. And they love to tell others what to do.
Yeah.
They just go to I think we're going to see America divide in that way. My problem is with the Californians that are coming here and trying to change Texas into their state.
Right.
That's my problem.
Right.
They need to get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Because we don't want them. We don't want you here.
Right.
That's my problem. So that's what's been happening. Mexico, El Paso's more like Mexico. The people here just mañana, okay, you want us to wear a mask? Okay. That's how that is here. But in other places, man, it's this liberal ideology that is taking over like a disease.
Right.
And it's infecting everybody. It's infected. It's infected the entire country, and Texas is now.
They're in it.
When Beto O'Rourke is running for governor and actually has a shot, that's scary.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when I was a reporter, it was the Castro brothers in San Antonio that were pushed. Yeah. There's big money that was backing those guys, and we know where that money comes from, and. It's a time though. Yeah. From the human side, I think I said this to you last time when we were on the podcast together, that the pendulum is going to swing back. And I'm trying to, and we are like talking to the other side that's enforcing this compliance. Do you not understand? When the pendulum swings back, it's coming with the blade of an axe, and
it's going to be brutal. Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
And God, you're right. You said it, free will. So every truth is getting revealed, whether people that presented themselves.
I really feel we're living in Revelations. This is Revelations.
Agreed. This is the mark of the beast. And people say, I've told Christians all the time, this is the mark. Oh, no. It's not the mark because it's not on the hand or in the hand. I said, is the apple seed any different than the apple being produced to the tree?
Right. That's a good one.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because now you can't buy or sell. That's the very last part.
Yeah.
The system. Wake up. They marked your body. They marked your DNA. They marked you not.
And didn't they say something about the hand and the forehead, right?
Exactly.
What do they come up to you doing already? They test your temperature in your forehead.
Boom.
There's things like that, and
yeah.
The way I see it is, I guess pretty soon you're going to be able to wave your hand like a little wand over a detector and you pay for something. I don't know. That's coming. That's probably right around the corner with these booster shots.
Yep.
So dude, this is a hostile takeover. It's scary as hell to be living in this time. It's exciting because I know we win, but we're going to have to endure even more hardship. This is a fight, man, and it's to the finish, and they're neither side. I mean, it just seems like in the news, but we got to remember the news is controlled by these demonic, people, and the news is always going to tell you lies and feed you a false narrative. You should not be watching any news, any news. Fox, you think you're getting your information, you're not. You're getting what they want to tell you, where they want to steer the herd. This is all about where they want to steer the herd. Very well organized and engineered. But once you step out of the matrix and once you live outside the matrix, there was a guy I listened to recently his name is Cliff High. I don't know.
I've been following. Yeah, he's up here in Washington with me, somewhere in Seattle area. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I like watching his videos because he talks about living in the woo.
Yeah.
And it's true. It's like living in that ethernet of super consciousness in your higher self, along with God, with God.
Yep.
And when you reside in that, when you live in the woo, you live through your heart torus field. You're living through your what resonates with your soul. You make decisions on that, not decisions here.
Right.
Because this is just an interface, an antenna to the super consciousness where original thought is created from there, not here.
Right.
We just get it like an antenna. So that's why there is a spiritual realm that's existing outside of our bodies, and you just need to tap into it and be aware of it and live in the woo. What he talks about, I like what he says.
Yeah, he's solid. He's solid. Who else? I mean, for people listening, who are you who do you like? Who do you listen to? Like Cliff? I like Cliff High.
Yeah, there's a very few, man.
I
I try to keep my circle really small right now because of
like X22. Do you listen to
I like
X22?
X22 sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I like X22. Yeah, I listen to X22 here and there. I haven't listened
Mhm.
to him in a while, but I need to get back on that. I like listening to him. Um, I like Cliff High.
Yeah.
Obviously, I talk to Juan.
Yeah.
Here and there. He doesn't share tons of info with me, but just enough to where he can what he could tell me, for programs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I just keep my circle small because there's a lot of disinformation out there with people that are trying to hurt the movement, or they just want clickbait. They don't have their passion or heart really in it. I do.
Yeah.
I'm all in, man.
Mm.
And it's like there's people out there who are just putting out nonsense, man. Like, oh, this person was arrested and it's a clone and this and that. I'm like, nobody fucking knows that. I mean,
Right.
it's like, where's this shit? Like, it's like, he's really dead and he was murdered and hung and the
Right.
firing squad and now they're, now it's his clone that they made in a laboratory. I'm like, why would they do that? For what? If they're going to go down anyway? So secret arrests. But I know things are coming that we're on the brink of it. And I said in my last video, this is 0 hour. We're coming into 0 hour because what I know from what I can see, they're both sides are going in now. And that's just plain as day. It's just both sides are going in. And I feel like I'm just commentating the greatest fight of all, the spiritual war.
Yeah. That's
and
right.
That's really how I see it. So I feel we win.
Yeah.
But it's getting scary. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Juan has helped me frame some stuff up. So like 13, and I want to get into 13, right when I heard, okay, 13, not 14, not
13,
12,
exactly 13.
Well, then
and Nancy came out stating numbers the other day. And 13 was a big one. She's like 13. She's so fucking evil, that lady, man. I look at her like she just crawled out of a sewer.
Yeah.
Like her face looks like a rock wrapped with saran wrap.
And Q dropped those security footage images from Epstein Island, and it looks like she's the one. There's been a lot of speculation, no one can confirm, but for sure she's been there. And all these people, what's sad, but also just it is just the reality. So many people have idolized these people as gods.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody can listen to her shrieking voice and her cackle. She looks like a decrepit hyena. And I look at her and I just think like, fuck, it's a crypt keeper.
Yeah.
I look at her like just evil. I see evil. I see AOC. I see evil. I see a demon, a possessed soul. I see George Bush. I see a possessed soul. I see Clinton's possessed souls. They don't even know they're possessed. They're just so evil.
Yeah. Yeah. The body just becomes the temple to that demon versus the Holy Spirit or to God's spirit, Yeah. I was thinking you were on your live earlier today, you were talking about 13, the service members that died. And then I was like, one of my favorite movies, and I have a lot, and I'm going to introduce you to Greg Anderson. He was the Seattle police officer who got fired early on he was a Army Ranger Special Forces. He's a stud. You'll like him. You gotta connect with him. He's a beast. But I have a lot of Special Forces friends. In the movie 13 Hours, the Benghazi story was one of my favorite movies. And then yesterday, I'm like, what the hell? It's 13 hours. Of course, it's 13 hours.
Yeah, of course.
They say that the battle is 13 hours, right?
Yeah, this is what they use 33, 13, 3. Right. Like Nancy said, 3. 3 is an important number. She's coming out and just saying it. I mean, they're in their own way red pilling society to jump onto the occult belief system, and bring in the New World Order religion. That's what she's doing. That's her role, is to bring in this religion, which is their science, their numerology.
Yep.
You're your own God, So,
and I hear no objection of church and state from that, right? Because it's the Church of Science,
right? Scientology, right?
Right.
I mean, all of it.
What everyone listening, I cannot stress enough. I have actually most people listen to you. People love you and they're asking like, oh, get Dave back on. What are you doing for your spiritual growth? What are you doing to get grounded and not get swept into the anger and just all that stuff?
I'm connected every day. I talk to God. I make the sign of the cross probably 100 times a day. Whenever I have a thought like I don't like or whatever, I make the sign of the cross, or I just stay in prayer all day, man. I'm always talking in my head. I'm always talking to God. Like, okay, what am I doing here? What do you want me to do? And then when I wake up from naps or in the morning is when I get a lot of downloads, and or people will just appear in my life. I pay attention to signs. I have a spiritual, this kind of, I'll just say it, but I have a spirit animal I always see, which is a hawk.
Awesome.
Whenever I see the hawk or the owl, I know that's a good sign. I pay attention to those things. That's probably the Indian in me or whatever. But I pay attention whenever I see hawks, which I see quite frequently. And then it's always been a spirit animal. Even when I was fighting, it was always a good omen to see a hawk, or it was telling me to be aware. As well as an owl. Whenever I would see an owl, I know, okay, something's coming my way that I need to be aware of and be keen. So I pay attention to little signs and things like that. That's like Cliff High says, living in the woo.
Yeah.
I feel like life presents you with little signs and symbols here and there that you need to take. And when you're in tune with that frequency, it's an actual sign.
Yeah.
And I live by that. I don't trust my mind. I trust my soul.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So, when people say like, oh, you're so courageous saying the things you say to say, I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just living within the means of my soul. I'm not doing anything. I'm working for God.
Yeah.
So this is an honor. It's an honor, man. It's an honor. It's like, I couldn't ask for a greater privilege. And as long as I am humble and I say what I say to the people and I share my heart, I'm good with it, man. I've already almost died twice. I've already been there, and I know it's nothing to be scared of. And this dimension is just an illusion. It's just an illusion, man. It's like this weird little place that we're occupying for just a very small segment of time. And to me, it's going to be here today, gone tomorrow anyway.
Right. That's good.
Nothing lasts forever. It's like that. That's why these people that want to live forever, these transhumanists, I talked about Jeff Bezos trying to prolong his life. What are they scared of?
Right.
It's a natural process. What are they seriously? What are they scared of? They don't want to go somewhere.
Right. That's right. Man, that's a great point. I never thought of it. Yeah. They're avoiding the inevitable.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's great.
They don't want to answer to anybody. They know their karma is so bad. Or at least it's in their mind. They may believe they're their own gods. They may not believe in God at all, but something in their mind is telling them that I need to live forever. Because they're going to be things that, I believe you have to answer to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's some call it God, source, whatever, that you have to answer to. Your soul has to answer to. A whole bunch of other people, I think, are redefining, and it's not redefining, it's reclaiming what has always been the truth, is that we are the warriors of the Most High God. We are working for God. But it wasn't the Christian in the, those guys got raped.
Yeah, they got
their shit beat out and raped. You got to be, when the fight comes to you, you have to fight like them.
Yeah, that's right.
If not worse.
Yeah.
But God gives you permission to do so. You don't turn to me, it's,
well, first of all,
you can turn the cheek, but don't take it in the ass.
Yeah. God, that's true.
God didn't tell you that. You got to have respect for yourself as well.
Dude,
look at Jesus kicked out the money changers in the church, and he was pissed.
That's right. And he made a whip beforehand. Right. So it wasn't just rage. He was methodical. He knew, I'm going to come. I'm going to beat the shit. He did. But
Jesus lost his temper.
The teaching of turn the other cheek has been hijacked by these abusers.
Yes.
When Jesus said turn the other cheek, he means don't even acknowledge them. Not in the fight.
Good point.
They want to look at the the undesirables. They would, if they wouldn't make eye contact, they're basically saying you are not human.
Right. I agree with you.
So he's not saying, hey, turn your other cheek and get hit. He's saying they no longer exist in your world. Flee, leave, don't acknowledge them. Not don't stand your ground, saying if anyone strikes another, they're not worthy of being in the fold of humanity. Like,
right. Okay. I see that. That's a good point.
As the perpetrator, I don't mean in standing up and fighting. He's saying look away from them as if they are not even human.
And that's the way for me, I try a lot of people, man, like recently I've been spiritually attacked nonstop, man. It's even hard for me to sleep at night. I mean, little things happening in my life, well, really, they're not too little, but lots of stresses and things that are coming at me, people talking shit that I don't even know. That I'm like, who is this person, man? And just these lies and these, coming at my business and trying to sabotage something I created for people to make money. And I mean, dude, it's crazy. And all I can do really is keep going, dude. I mean, that's the only thing I know how to do is just keep pressing forward. Too many people fold up camp.
Yeah.
There's just too many people doing that. There's just too many people. Like, I get email after email, like, hey champ, hey Nino, we lost. It's over. I can't believe this. Why are you still doing this? You're disinformation. I'm like, dude, if I thought like you're right. I wouldn't be doing it. I would just turn my computer off and just go away. And
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's like, this is a critical time.
Yeah.
This is something I can't believe we're in. I can't believe this.
Right.
I cannot believe we're in this. I really did think 4 years ago that Trump was going to go for 8. I didn't know that we're going to be set back again, worse than ever before, and have to be in this fight.
Right.
I really thought like, hey, the liberals would just have to eat shit and that would be it. And then sooner or later, humanity would turn the corner. No, we're now in a fight that's for all the marbles, dude.
Yeah.
And we don't, and I have faith we're going to get through this, but it's going to be a fight that everyone's going to have to witness and be a part of. You're not going to watch it on your TV.
Right. It's exhilarating though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I'm kind of pissed off about the whole meat situation. I want to still be able to eat steak.
Yeah. That's something. I'm glad you brought that up in your thing. They're killing cows at a rate right now. And the reason is not necessarily, so we have friends that buy organic beef in Idaho. They just got back. They talked to the farmer and the guy said, these farms are killing cows left and right. And my buddy's like, why? He said, because they can't afford the hay. And what happens is who owns
choking them out? They're choking them out.
And who owns the hay?
Yeah.
Gates owns all the farmland. So they've raised it's how they're going to do it with the gun. They're not going to take any American.
I didn't know Gates owned the hay.
Look how much farmland he owns. Yeah. It's
this is so evil, man. How is this guy walking the planet? I mean, dude, this is so bad. I mean, dude, it's just, man, but
it's a spiritual war, brother.
It is, but this is going to get very, like I said, it's going to get a lot harder. Yeah. It's going to get to the point where you're not going to just watch it from TV.
Right.
It's not going to happen. People have the misconception like, oh, you're going to watch it on CNN or Fox like you did the riots and looting. No, this is going to get where you're going to feel it. Everyone's going to feel it in their pocketbook. And I think that's coming in October.
Yeah.
I think October is going to hit us pretty hard, man. That's now, I don't like to make predictions, but I think we can all feel it.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, Q said red October, rig for red October. And I think that's what we're about to enter. A lot of people woke up with Biden's mandate speech on the left. I know people that, took it all and now are like, wait, what? So I'm hoping that the right.
I have no sympathy for them. I have zero.
Yeah.
I don't care. Yeah. I mean, this is a point that I'm at the point now where you pick a lane.
Yeah.
You were that fucking dumb to go take that shit the government told you to take and you couldn't see through the fucking, if you couldn't see through the, you had no spiritual awareness. You just went and took it, then sorry. You're gone. My parents took it and they're elderly. So I'm going to do my best to keep them alive as long as I can.
Yeah.
I got ivermectin and I got HCQ, on hand, but I couldn't tell them anything. They're old. They know what's best. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
But these people, man, that should have some kind of spiritual awareness in their 20s and 30s and 40s, and they still go do it. It's like, I don't feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
You're as dead as a dinosaur.
Yeah. Because they love
That's an old thinking. They're just part of the old. They're part of the old paradigm.
Yeah.
They take what the media tells them and they take it as gospel, and they went off and marched like mindless little sheep and took the shot. Sorry, not sorry. So
Cliff High has, a couple episodes back, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes back, he's like 2 billion people gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah. I think it could be more.
Yeah.
I think it'd be more, but 2 billion people in probably the time frame he said, but throughout, let's say 10, 20 years, 30 years, probably more. You know what I mean? So there's going to be some, we don't even know what the effects are long term, dude. We don't know. Right. I mean, there's been people dying right from the shot immediately.
Right. Yep.
And then a few days later, but we don't know long term. We don't know how long, seeing what was on these COVID swabs, the testing kits.
Yep.
They're particles that grow.
Right.
Like they grow with heat. That's going into your brain. That's going into your heart, wherever your inflammation is. And it's killing you like a fucking tapeworm, whatever that is. I don't know what it is,
right.
But that's going to, who knows how long that takes to kill you. That could take 5 years, 10 years. I don't know.
Right.
So people need to be watching out even for the testing.
Yep. Man, what a time.
Yeah, it is crazy. I'm glad I'm awake, but it's also a curse because it's disheartening.
Yeah.
To see this, because I see people just.
I'm laughing.
I didn't know there's this many stupid people, dude.
Don't come up to Seattle. If you're disheartened living in El Paso, do not come to Seattle. Oh my gosh. I go to the grocery store, people are wearing gloves, double masked. It's
just took it hook, line, and sinker, huh?
It's amazing, man. But it's frequency. It's like, that's why, as a brother who loves you, don't get too angry, because it's still frequency. It's okay. It's angry. It's unrighteous. Keep your vibe high, because that's where health is. That's where healing is. That's where love
that's why I take these shows take so much out of me. That's why I take so many days off.
It's good.
I go to a creek and I just sit there, or I just like go in the woods and I'm fucking just like contemplating my life. Like it's just like too much, man. I'm just like, do I want to keep doing this? I have to really pray about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I keep doing this or do I stop now? Because this is getting too heavy. It's too stressful on me. It'd be a lot easier, dude, to go back drinking and just say, forget it. Forget all of it. I don't need to do this.
Right.
But I'm so deep into it now that I don't feel like I have much of a choice. And I made a promise to God that I would continue. And I prayed, because when I made that first viral video, I prayed about it. I'm like, do I run from this or do I embrace this? Like, what do I do? And they told me to embrace it. So God told me to embrace it. So
beautiful.
I've been a fighter my whole life. I've never ran from a fight. So I guess that's what it takes, but other people need to join and speak their minds. I always say, be peaceful, because I know they're coming after people for inciting. They're going to go after extremists next.
Yep. The 18th, don't go anywhere on the 18th, the state capitol, all the stuff. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah,
fuck, dude. They try to invite me to these speaking engagements and shit. I'm like, God, no, thank you.
Yeah.
I like to do, and besides, with my free time, I need to be away from this. I want to go to football games and go do cool, fun shit, be around my friends.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around this stuff. They're like, oh, don't you want to meet people? I'm like, what, to get my ego stroked? And I've already had that in boxing, dude. It does nothing for me. I don't care.
Right.
Like what I'm doing right now is strictly to help out people, and like an alarm clock going off. I don't need my ego stroked. I don't need to go out and speak at these engagements and everyone come running up to me. Oh, let's take a picture, champ. I don't care about that shit.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Right.
I think it's weird when someone comes up to me and they're like, no, seriously, when they come up, can we get an autograph or can we hang out? I'm like, no. I mean, I say yes and I do it, but deep down, I'm like, dude, fucking hang out with me 10 minutes. You'll be running the other direction. You know what I mean? I'm like, what is going on? Like, what, this idol worship needs to stop.
Yeah.
It needs to stop.
Yep.
LeBron James, Madonna, fucking Beyonce.
Yeah.
All these celebrities. It's got to stop. They're just people.
It's time that we become our own heroes of our own lives.
Yeah, and celebrities are the most insecure, screwed up people there are, dude. Like you wouldn't want. I've been around a lot of them. Mm-hmm. You don't want to be around them. They're terrible fucking people. Like seriously, they're terrible people. Most of them can't stand it. They have this complex, dude. It's just narcissistic, off the charts. It's disgusting. Like they're just terrible people. And they're the most insecure.
Right. And they're the ones presenting or projecting they have it all together, which makes everyone else feel insecure that watches them and idolizes them. And this keeps the cycle going.
Dude, if I knew, like if I was in a building and I heard that, or a room and Cardi B walked in or any of those people, I would be like, where's the exit? I'm getting the fuck out of here. I could feel the demonic presence. I want out.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to be around these people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I just as encouragement to you, and there's no, and you probably have heard this before, but there's no accident that your name is David, because there is a time that God is raising the Davids right now. God is
was going to be named Jose.
Hey, well, Joseph is also another good one but seriously, brother, think how David felt fighting Goliath, and he only had stones against this giant, but God was with him, and he made sure that stone struck the giant right in his forehead and took him down. And God's with you. You know that. I pray for you, brother. Like no jive, no nut. Like I appreciate you coming on. It's just fun. I really just have a love for you, and you make me laugh. And I'm just like, you're just like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Get the teeth pumping. And like, all right, let's go get them. I want to share some, or I want to hear your thoughts. And like Juan has helped me understand what the number 13 was, because he said it was the reversal of Genesis 3:1 when it says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made. So God, so 3:1 or 13, they reverse it as good when God is actually saying that the serpent was bad. A lot of this stuff, I mean, when you heard read Kid by the Side of the Road and is explaining the Green New Deals of the green man, the reptilian, the serpent, like this is all reptilian stuff or serpentine. Like, were you aware this is my question, is like, were you aware of like the spiritual side of, I don't know, all this stuff? Or when did you first
no, I've always been really spiritual even throughout my boxing career, but I was an alcoholic with my body. Like I was juggling to extreme. So it took away my capabilities of being highly spiritual, like by dousing myself with alcohol, drowning myself in alcohol after fights and going out and partying. I dumbed myself down because it was too much to feel. And then when I quit drinking, that's really when my senses picked up. And it was like, whoa, my spidey senses were off the charts.
That's cool.
And I just now I see everything as either holy or demonic, man. At this point, at this juncture, I used to look into aliens and Bigfoot and all this shit and follow that new age thinking. And now I think they're interdimensional beings. I don't know. And I'm not a flat earther or a global, or I don't know what's up there. I haven't been there. I know it's not what they're telling us.
Right.
That I do know.
Right.
But I just know that there is a spiritual war. The spiritual war is real. Evil does exist. So therefore God, goodness and God needs to exist.
Yep.
One needs the other, polar opposites. And I choose to be on the good side, not the bad side. They choose to be on the bad side. Tough shit.
Right.
That's a horrible existence. The best their existence is going to be is how they're living their life right now, which I promise you is terrible. And so they're only going to go lower and lower into lower dimensions, void from God. They're not these people. We don't need to punish them. And when they already lost the war, they're going into hell.
Yeah.
And it's, that is no place anybody wants to go. So for me, what should I be scared of if I have God?
That's right.
What the hell should I be scared of?
Dude,
so it's like, they should be trembling in our presence.
That's right. That's right.
That the evil they're cowards. Evil is cowards. They're fucking cowards.
Yeah.
And that's how they scare and manipulate. That's why they have to do all this shit through deceit and backroom deals and hide everything from people.
That's right.
If any organization that hides anything from humanity is evil. So on that note, my brother, I need to get to an appointment.
Hey, this sounds good. I just want you to know, love you. We're praying for you. Everyone go check out this. Tell people where they can find you and sign up for your stuff.
Well, I have a YouTube channel, David Nino Rodriguez, and then also ninoscorner.tv. Ninoscorner.tv is where I keep all my fringe content. And believe me, I walked the line on YouTube.
Yeah, we walked it a little bit here, but it's all good, you know.
But I mean, the fringe content is on ninoscorner.tv.
Awesome, brother. Thank you. God bless you, man. And I keep praying for you. And I'll talk to you soon.
God bless you, man.
As always, brother David, thank you for coming on, man. Thank you for your heart, your soul, your work, for speaking, your voice, your courage, your fire. Keep throwing those KO punches, brother. We're with you all the way. And like I said in the intro, follow him on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. He has a Telegram channel, but you can also subscribe to ninoscorner.tv. And that helps this great brother out. And as always, brothers and sisters, keep going. Do not bow the knee to this antichrist, mark of the beast system. If you have, we love you. And we'll stand for your freedom. But for those who haven't, do not bow the knee. Be like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego when everyone else cowered when they said to bow the knee in front of the king. And those three stood strong and said, we are not going to bow the knee. Or be like Daniel when they said, do not pray. And he threw the windows open and the shutters open and bowed right in front of everyone and prayed so everyone could see. Will you be written in the annals of history as someone who stood for freedom and justice for all, or will you be the nameless, faceless crowd that no one knows about? Joshua said, choose ye this day whom you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. We will serve love supreme. We will serve freedom and justice for all. So this is it. I'm going to do some solo episodes coming up. I have lots of really great guests continuing to come on. We're in a war. This is war. This is an information war. This is a spiritual war. This is a war for the mind, body, soul, spirit, and heart. But I'll tell you right now, if you stand on the side of government, you will be on the wrong side of history. You will. The Germans in 1939 were on the wrong side of history in 1945, 1946, the following years. The New World Order is the Nazi world order. The Nazis told us that it's the New World Order, but the Nazis mean it's the Nazi world order. And so if you cannot see what is happening, brother and sister, you are already a casualty. And if you can see what is happening, stand strong, speak your truth, hold the line. This isn't about being anti anything. This is about being for freedom and justice for all, liberty. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Do you have the Spirit of the Lord? Do you? Can you see what is happening? Do not be afraid to die. Be afraid not to live. I'm Lucas Mack. This is the Golden Rule Revolution, and I will talk to you on the next episode. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for listening. For support in your journey, go to my website, lucasmack.com.